What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with another seasonal championship, the VW Caribe Legends. And we are allowed to use any Golf that we like in the B class, so between 601 and 700 rating. And most of the modern Golfs that are in the game are B class, so you can use them stock or get them to 700 rating with an off-road tune because it's an off-road championship. We'll just continue. But we are using the 1992 Golf GTI Mark II because the non-GTI version was the first car I ever drove, and well, I thought, why not? Actually, was it the GTI? It was before I had my driving license. It was in where was it? In Italy, actually, on a private road, so to speak, or a private area where I was driving it. And yeah, I think it was actually the GTI. I think it was exactly this car. How old was I? 15? 16? Something like that. I mean, in America, you're saying, well, 16, that's the driving age. Well, not here. Not here. So yeah, share code is in the description, as always. We have a very big weight advantage over these guys. Because obviously the modern cars are a lot heavier. So that's something to account for when you pick a car. Obviously that's a big advantage. Everything else goes against the old cars, but the weight is something. That wasn't good. This shouldn't be too difficult, but it can always be challenging. Now the tune is alright, and obviously the first track is okay. There we go. We go past him. And the thing is, you just want to plant your car on the inside, and when you are on the inside line, they will yield the position. I was initiating the drift with the e-brake there because it was clear we wouldn't make it through the corner, so I was initiating the drift there. That's a pretty good strategy. And we have quite the lead now. So here again we are cutting the checkpoints, which is a risky strategy, but the AI doesn't do it, so you can gain quite the advantage there. This corner as well, you can get a huge advantage on the AI normally. Sometimes it does, but normally it doesn't cut the checkpoints. Or like this one, that was super close, but we just managed to hit the checkpoint with our rear end. Here we once again initiated a drift with the e-brake to get through. Then again, you really want to take these checkpoints tight, and that can really give you an advantage, especially in overtaking. When you are looking for an overtaking spot, you can make sure that you overtake tightly through one of these checkpoint flags, and the AI yields that position and the line, because obviously they don't defend there, they don't drive there normally. You don't want to stress it because sometimes they do. Normally you can really do overtakes on that line going through the flag because the AI just doesn't defend it. And you can plant your car there, overtake, and that's that. So there's a certain nostalgia with me and the car. Obviously the car is as old as I am. That's the next point. 30 years old now. I mean, not yet 30. But soon to be. Soon to be. Don't remind me of it, please. Yeah, it's not that bad. There we go. can obviously drift through here. The car is, I think, 492 rated, so a D-class car. But obviously you can upgrade it with the share code I give you in the description. If you don't want to do tuning, well, you have to use one of the modern Golfs. I personally like the R32, because I think that was the one that was in Need for Speed Most Wanted. Starting car, Golf R32, I think. Oops, we just lost our exhaust. Oh well, we got a massive lead. Yeah, I really like the low weight of this car, certainly quite a lot. Actually, I didn't even compare weight from this car to the modern ones, but if I had to guess, I would say that we got a lower weight overall, I would say. But again, I didn't actually check, so if a modern Golf has less weight than that one, then let me know, I would really like to know. Is that the 5-lap one? Or am I mistaken something? Or was it just a special event that had the 5 laps? This should be pretty short, I think. This should be pretty short. The lap should be pretty short now. If it's 5 laps, obviously it takes longer, but... God, it looks so good with the off-road tires. There we go. It's actually kind of funny because... Go away. It's actually kind of funny because normally I wouldn't like these old cars. I'm not a big fan of them. I prefer modern cars, so you would have expected me to pick the latest Golf, you know. And I like the latest Golf. It's not a bad car in any way, stretch of the imagination. But obviously there's some nostalgia here in place. As far as the race goes, this is pretty straightforward. I mean, the strategies that we always use: you plant your car, you plant it on the inside line, you make sure they yield with position, and then you go through, you know. This race is as straightforward as it gets now. If you truly struggle, I don't even want to recommend it, but you could technically wall bang through here. Although I'm not sure if it's worth it with a car in the B class. You can do it when you do S2 class, but I don't know. There we go. You do that. There we go. Ah, that's not good. Nearly blew that. There we go. Obviously you can have a lot of fun with this car because of its low weight and its very controllable tune. You can really throw it around, you can hit the e-brake, do some funny drifts. You know, the usual stuff that you do in off-roading, right? But yeah, I don't actually think the wall banging is worth it here with a B-class car, because you don't get enough speed for it to really make a difference. I mean, again, I don't recommend it either way because it's a cheap strategy. And as much as I like to recommend the easiest way of completing things, that's a strategy even I'm not very comfortable with, but I just want to mention it. If you don't know what it is, then don't even try it. If you do know what it is, you probably do it in this race anyway. There we go. That's, oh, it's only 3 laps, yeah, and that's pretty short. Laps very short, so there we go. God, it looks so good. Nostalgia kicking. This is the second video this week where I'm just banging on about how good the car looks. I mean, if I had to decide between the Ferrari A12 and this one, I would pick the Ferrari A12, but yeah. Unlike this car, I have never been in a Ferrari A12, so, and I probably never will be. Unless you decide to share this with everyone and your mom, and every one of them subscribes and watches all of my videos, then maybe then I can afford a Ferrari A12. But probably not. Maybe for a day, rent one. Yeah. Low-key begging for subscriptions, eh? Nah, just kidding. I mean, I would totally drive a car like this still, but I haven't made good experiences with old and used cars. They just fall apart and cost you so much money. And since I'm not a good technician, I cannot fix them myself. So, not for me. Sorry. Stick with a new car, and when it breaks down, you send it in and it gets fixed. And that's that. Fingers crossed that nothing breaks down. Because it hasn't in a long time, and I hope it stays that way. And we're back, sorry for the interruption. So yeah, what about this race? You have two options. Now the preferred option is probably you stick close throughout the city, so that they don't drive away from you. Hey, we're being blocked. And you pick them off when you can, but your time to shine comes in the off-road part, because we have an off-road tune. And you made a mistake, so we're up to 4th. So this is the time to shine, because this is also where you can throw your weight around, so to speak, and what I actually mean is use your benefit of having less weight and get through these corners tighter. Now we planted on the inside. Oh, that was bad, that was too fast. Yeah, we leave the door open here, and we didn't choose to fight that, so that's good. Yeah, it was bad. We went in way too deep and way too late on the brakes, so that was not ideal, but what can you do, right? It is what it is. Lap 1 done, so hey, it's only 2 laps, so it should be. Actually, the lap is pretty big, so not pretty long, so 2 laps would still take longer than the 3 laps of the other race, probably. That's actually a good corner for overtaking. First corner. When you are not in the lead after 1 lap, that is. You can probably make up some good ground there. But yeah, this city section here, when an opening arises, go for it, but when you just stay close, follow, make sure you don't hit anything. And then you're fine to overtake them all on the dirt bit. But again, when an opening arises like we did already, when you can just go in, go past. Really here on the dirt bit, cutting these checkpoints can really give you an advantage. And I'm just going in, taking the inside line and those. Obviously here that was a bit much. That's really how you want to take it. can really brake it. You can brake in lane, that's not the issue. And you can use handbrake or V-brake and really throw the car around, but not as dramatically late as we did it last time. That was a bit too much. There we go, that's a good drift. And the drift had points as well. That finishes that race, and that gets us 60 points. Well, in a moment. Unless we completely blow it now. Perfect. Yep, that's 60 points. And a Mexican traffic light horn. That's fantastic. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time with the next championship, farewell.